Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Answers Simplified. In this video, I will be sharing answers of Viva Class 7 Social Science History, Chapter number 4, the Mughal Empire. Let us discuss the long answer type questions. First question, assess the fact that it was Akbar who expanded and consolidated the Mughal Empire. Answer, after Humayun, Akbar ascended the Mughal throne and it was he who expanded and consolidated the Mughal Empire. Akbar expanded his empire through conquests and alliances. Most of the hostile Rajput rulers accepted Akbar's authority in the end. He also entered into marriage alliances with many Rajput clans. Akbar had a liberal outlook. While he was an orthodox Muslim who regularly observed his prayers, he respected all religions. He gave land grants to religious scholars and institutions. He introduced administrative changes like the Mansabdari system, which gave military ranks to civil officers. He also introduced the land taxation suggested by Raja Todarmal, which contributed to assessment and revenue collection. Question 2. Describe Akbar's Rajput policy. Answer. Akbar adopted a pragmatic policy towards the Rajput clans, as it was only they who could resist the Mughals. Therefore, he entered into marriage alliances with many Rajput clans. He gave the Rajputs high posts in his administration. Akbar understood the importance of creating friendly relations with the large Hindu population and having Rajput allies for getting high-quality military support. Raja Todarmal, Raja Bhagwan Das and Raja Man Singh were some of his important Rajput officials. Most of the hostile Rajput families accepted Akbar's authority in the end. They were usually allowed to retain their inherited lands as their assignments or watan jagir. The generous treatment of friends as well as opponents gained the Akbar many valuable allies. Question 3. Write about the Mansabdari system under the Mughals. Answer. The Mansabdari system was introduced by Akbar. A Mansabdar was a person who held a mansab. It was a grading system used by the Mughals to determine a noble's rank, salary and military responsibilities. A Mansabdar's rank depended upon Zat and Sawar. The Zat fixed the person's salary and personal status, while the Sawar determined the number of horses and horsemen that he had to maintain. The Mansabdars had to bring their cavalrymen for review, get them registered and their horses branded as Chehra and Dag. The troops of the Mansabdars could be used by the emperor whenever required. The Mansabdars could be promoted or demoted or transferred according to the will of the emperor. His rank was also not hereditary. Under the Mughals, various diverse groups such as Suranis, Iranis, Indian Muslims, Afghans, Rajputs and Marathas were recruited. The Mansabdars received their salaries in the form of jagirs. He had to maintain his household and his troops with the revenue from his jagir. Jagirs were not granted permanently. Also, the Mansabdars did not reside in their jagirs. During the reign of Akbar, the jagirs were carefully assessed and given so that the revenue from a jagir was almost equal to a Mansabdar's salary. By Aurangzeb's reign, the actual revenue collected was often less than the awarded sum. There was a large increase in the number of Mansabdars as well. This, along with certain other factors, caused a shortage of jagirs. Question 4. Justify the fact that land was the main source of revenue for the Mughals. Answer. Land was the main source of revenue. Peasants paid taxes through the headman or the local zamindar. The land revenue system under Akbar was introduced by Raja Todarmal after a careful survey of the crop yields, prices and areas cultivated for a 10-year period. On the basis of this data, the tax was fixed on each crop in cash. Each province was divided into revenue circles and each circle had its own schedule of revenue rates for each crop. This system of assessment based on measurement was known as Dabt. It was applied in the regions where the Mughal administrators could survey the land and keep careful records. Khalisa lands were held and managed by the state directly and the revenue from them went to the royal treasury. Question 5. Discuss Aurangzeb's religious policies. Answer. Aurangzeb was an orthodox and God-fearing Muslim. He led a simple and disciplined life. He was called Zinda Pir or a living saint. He wanted to rule according to Sharia Islamic law. So he banned music in his court and stopped other vices. He reintroduced jizya, which was bitterly opposed by the Hindus. Aurangzeb allowed a decrease in the jizya collected if there was a crop failure. At the beginning of his reign, Aurangzeb followed the Sharia rule of not destroying old temples. He did not allow the building of new ones. Later, he ordered a number of temples to be destroyed. He also came into conflict with the Sikhs when he had their Guru Tej Bahadur executed. He discontinued the practice of Jharoka Darshan which had been started by Akbar. Thanks for watching.